Alright, so in this video we're going to talk about the matte preview and some of the options that are available to you on there, whether that be changing the matte size, adjusting the position on where the item is going to cut, score, or write on the matte preview itself. So let's go ahead and get started with this. So once you have finalized your design and you're ready to go cut, you click on the Make It button. When you do that, you are presented with the various colors of mattes that you would need in order to cut this project. So it assumes that one matte per color, and so we have a brown matte here, and then we have a purple matte here as well. If we take a look at the indicators here, this is just cutting out on the brown piece of paper. However, we're doing several things on this one. We are not only we're cutting, we're writing, and we're scoring. And when you go through the process of sending this to your machine, it's going to prompt you on which device it needs to have in, whether that be cutting, writing, or scoring. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look over here on the far right, which is material size. So this is letting you know you have a little drop-down menu. Sometimes people ask, where's the 12 by 24 matte so I can fit more things on here. This is where that happens. It's right here. So you can select it, and you can see that we do have a 12 by 24 matte. The material size really doesn't tell you how much of matte, but like I said, it's the material. So it assumes that you have a paper that's 12 by 24. What's great about that is you can move this wherever you wish on the mat in order to get it in the position that you need. Now the downside of selecting something that's small, like 8.5 by 10, if my paper was over here, I cannot drag that any further than this. So that is one of the downside. You can't actually physically move the material. You can just move the position of where it would cut. So keep that in mind. Now the other thing that we have here is the mirror for the iron-on effect. So if this was going to be a shirt, this is what you guys normally use for the iron-on feature. So always make sure that you do mirror it. Now I do want to bring our attention back over to the project copies. So this is a great way to duplicate items instead of you copy and pasting on the design layout on the canvas. You can make that happen all here. So say for example you needed to do 20 of these cards. You type in 20, you click on apply, and it's going to do the math to figure out where each one of these things needs to go. Okay, so that's how you can quickly duplicate things. It's automatically going to do the math to tell you how many mats, how many pieces of paper you would actually need if they all relied on 12 by 12. Okay, so that's how you would do that. And once you are finalized and you're ready to go, if you do not own the items that you are making with this, you'd have a purchase button like you have right here. You only have to purchase it once. You can always use it. And this isn't $5.98 per copy. It's just one time for the design. Now, say for example, we simply use we're going to use a free shape here just so I can show you what that looks like. So say I needed this diamond to cut out. I'm going to go ahead and click on Make It, and you're going to see that we have the Continue button, and that's what you would actually click on in order for you to send this to your Cricut Explorer. All right, so that's the matte explained on how you can duplicate things, what those icons mean. And there's one last thing that I did want to talk about with this, and I'm going to change the color of this to something else just so that we can see the line here, because it is important. This red line right here that you see, that is your bounding area. So I cannot go any further left than that red line. And Cricut has put in there that it's 1/4 of an inch on all sides. So your true cutting area on a 12 by 12 mat is really 11.5 by 11.5 of usable space. So keep that in mind when you guys are trying to place items on there. Okay, so that is the mat explained.